And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here on the Flatout Racing Network for a special event here tonight at the Christmas Miracle Speedway. It is the Christmas Miracle special event. I'm Carlos Zimmerman. Thank you guys so much for joining us this evening here from Christmas Miracle Speedway. Excuse me, that's going to trip me up. The cars are ready to roll off here already here tonight at Christmas Miracle. Cody Lamas got the pole in the qualifying spot. Again, folks, a special event here tonight at the Christmas Miracle Speedway. Nothing on the line other than a t-shirt for the winner at the end of this race, but just bragging rights really is the main topic at hand as well. 100 laps of action tonight. It is going to be a long one for some of these drivers. If they can keep it clean in the early portion, it will be pretty easy peasy, if you will. Apologies for that pause. As you can see, the snow all up on the racetrack. It's really decked out in Christmas stuff, as it is every single year. Excuse me. Cody Lamas, again, he is the pole sitter. Charles Belding's going to be to his outside. Seth Cole is third. Tim Knopfsker is fourth, and then rolling in the top five, Dylan Pote. Didn't think he would make it tonight, but he does in that 31 Valvoline Chevy. Rest of the top 10 for the start, Chuck McClure is sixth, Dante Ricci seventh, Nick Gunther eighth, Mark Paglia ninth, and then the silver bullet himself, Matt Stern. He is rolling off 10th. Pace truck will make the hard left-hand turn into the pit lane here. We're glad you're with us on the Flatout Racing Network here tonight for this wonderful, incredible special event that has been happening for the last few years, and we hope you enjoy the show. They're in the Blame Shelley restart zone. Green flag is in the air, and we are racing at Christmas Miracle Speedway. Cody Lamas gets a really, really nice jump here on the start, and he will start pulling away, heading in to turn number one. Seth Cole going to move to his outside, trying to use the lines here. Folks, you want to be careful when you're on the apron here through 1 and 2. The grip level at this track can flip your truck in an instant, so you got to be careful when on the back straightaway, in turns 1 and 2, heading on to the backstretch. Side by side for the lead, though, as they roll through 1 and 2. Seth Cole on the outside, Charles Belding and Dylan Pote. They're the cars behind the two leaders. Excuse me, folks, it's going to be tough calling it by myself tonight. Going to be grasping for air throughout, but Cody Lamas dominant at this racetrack as Seth Cole falls further back. He is going to lead lap 1 here at Christmas Miracle. Here comes Dylan Pote to the inside. Here for the top spot, coming in behind Dylan Pote is Nick Gunther there in that number 55. And then trying to trail these guys in that 088, Tim Knopfsker. No, a lot of you FRN fans, you know him from Rolling Thunder Gaming, RTG. A lot of the RTG guys in this field tonight. Going to be interesting to see how they play with these NNSCRA competitors. Is Gunther going to go a little bit of a line higher here than Dylan Pote, but Pote stays packed there on the inside. But they're going to be side by side here at the line. It's going to be close who gets it, and it's going to be Pote by a bumper, but 3 wide. Coming up the middle is one of the RTG guys, Tim Knopfsker, with a good push from his buddy, Grant Wesley, and move the 088 to the point as they head to the back. Get to hear these guys just fly by on the back straightaway here. Tim Knopfsker now single file through the top 4. They're battling further back in the field as they keep it clean at the front. Side by side for the 6th position. Here's Mark Paglia in the 428 getting passed by the 59 of Jonathan Figield. Figield, haven't really seen a lot of him lately. It's nice to see him here in this special event race here tonight. Now the battle is going to be behind them for around the 8th spot. The outside pole sitter, Charles Belding, in that Krispy Kreme 28, he's going to try and maintain that position. The silver bullet, Matt Stern, he is up on that high side right behind Paglia in the 428. So, and then looking at the way back, Seth Cole started 3rd, has fallen all the way back into the 15th, I believe, the 15th position, just the 15 truck field tonight, as he'll ride around further back in as well. Meanwhile, at the front, you see Jessica Shelton here. She's made her way up into the front here, working her way through, started tail end of the field, now up into the 5th position, but now has to battle the Figield machine, the number 59 right there, for the spot now, with Shelton with no help on the outside, not going to be able to do much. The draft here is really paramount at this track, Christmas Miracle. Folks, you can see and look at it. It's a lot like Auto Club. It drives the same. So it's the way you see drivers run at Auto Club on multiple other sims, it's the same thing here in NR. It's really tough. The grip is high. It's going to be really interesting to see how this race pans out, especially when we get to the later portions. Grant Wesley and Tim Knopfsker are doing a good job so far, running on the high side, 1 and 2. On the bottom is Nick Gunther getting a push from Chuck McClure. Gunther trying to move forward, not being able to do much. That outside line starting to form up a bit, though. Here comes Cody Lamas, actually, that's not Cody Lamas, excuse me. That's Andrew Miller there on the high side. It was close in numbers, 47-48. But there is that 47 of Andrew Miller. Then there's Dante Ricci trying to push him as well. He actually is going to move him up 3 wide there. That 09 split in the middle, and that is going to hurt the 47 of Miller. Meanwhile, 3 wide just in front of them, Charles Belding using the way bottom of the racetrack, using every inch of the racetrack is going to be something we'll see throughout the night tonight. Belding made that move, and it did not really pay off. But at the front, Nick Gunther takes the point here on lap 7 of 100. Chuck McClure giving him a good push. The pair of 88 still trying to hang up there on the outside line. Still clean and green, folks. Manual cautions is the name of the game tonight. Not exactly sure when we're going to see these guys make green flag pit stops. It's going to be sooner than later. I know we're still early into this thing, but it's going to be that's going to be a key as well. Pit lane, 70 miles an hour. You're going to be coming in off the racetrack, if it's green flag, at pretty high speed. So you got to be careful again with the grip. So we'll have to wait and see whenever that happens. As Nick Gunther, he maintains the lead. But now Chuck McClure going to make the pass. Sorry, that's the pace track. Chuck McClure going to make his move to the inside here with a push from Jonathan Vigild and Matt Stern in the 4. They fly down the back straightaway. I know we're going to be sticking with one camera tonight, folks. TV1's been giving us issues throughout the pre-race preparation, so we're going to be on this camera for the majority of the race tonight. Chuck McClure now into the lead. Belding here in that 28. He's been trying to make that extreme inside line work. He just hasn't had a lot of help. Now he has the 9, Jessica Shelton, but now 2 more cars in front of him, Jonathan Vigild and Matt Stern. Third line trying to form on the outside. Here comes Matthew Rodriguez. Was at the back of the pack a moment ago, and now he's got Dylan Poteet, his good buddy, pushing him. They are 4th and 5th on that outside line as they drive it around. They got to keep it careful here, though. Fagio getting a little out of shape there, but they're keeping it green. Matt Rod getting a little tight, but now puts that 428 of Mark Paglia, trying to get him into the sucker hole, but it's not going to work. And there goes Belding again, trying to use that inside line as well. Slam the door. Chuck McClure on that inside line. Lap 10 going to go on the board, and your race leader is that 088 of Tim Knopfsker with the push from his buddy Grant Wesley in that number 88. RTG 1, 2, and 3 right now as they run here at Christmas Miracle. We'll take a quick break. We'll step aside for a moment. You won't miss a thing as we go side by side here on FRN.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
We're based out of West Monroe, Louisiana. We do custom T-shirts, racing. We'll do any shirt. We'll do schools, churches, fundraisers. We do a ton of event shirts, as you can see on our board here, all around our banner. Personalized. I mean, we'll do anything. It doesn't matter to us. We got the custom rugs. We use all the, top quality shirts, inks and everything, hoodies, hats. We do embroidered hats, embroidered shirts, anytime. Just you can call us for anything. We do offer the bag and fold to where you can receive them and they're already labeled and tagged and bagged, ready to give out to your customers. So you just call us and just tell us, hey, this is what we're looking at doing, and if we're going to put the car on there, it is 125 quantity minimum. If it's without the car, it's 60 quantity minimum. That's strictly on the racing stuff.
Welcome back to Christmas Miracle Speedway here. Lap 13 on the board here tonight. Almost a fifth of the way through this one. They've kept it clean and green. If you're just joining us here on Flatout Racing Network, I'm Carlos Zimmerman, kicking it alone with you here tonight for this event. 15 cars looking to win a t-shirt at the end of this one, a custom t-shirt for winning Christmas Miracle special event. That's what's on the line, and bragging rights as well. It can give you momentum in other series, especially for these RTG guys. If you follow everything we do here at Flatout Racing Network, we have Rolling Thunder Gaming on board with us. They do a lot of stuff throughout the week, so we could give these guys just some added momentum with winning a special event. At the end of the day, there's no points on the line. It's just a lot of fun to watch year in and year out. It's not the first we've had this year. Halladega happened earlier on this year. I was on the call for that one alongside Napa Fan, and fortunately we couldn't get him here tonight for this one, but it's still fun to be able to bring this one to you guys tonight. I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to all of you out there watching the race here tonight. As up at the front, it has still been all about Tim Knopfsker and Grant Wesley there on that high side. Interesting how they're running that middle to high groove through this corner, and it's working for them. And the good thing for these guys is they've kept off each other compared to what we were seeing in practice. Of course, it's practice, and you'll see your wrecks every now and then, but they've done a really good job so far in this race. So I'm trying to grasp for some saliva to get into my mouth. So as the 088 continues to run, and man, the thing that's been worrying me is around that inside corner is around turns 1 and 2. As one car steps out, I think that's Nick Gunther back there, third on that inside line. He steps it back in behind Poteet. Oh boy, that's really close there with the 17 right there. That was Chuck McClure nearly getting into the 88 of Grant Wesley and Matthew Rodriguez there on the inside in that 3, but that might open the door for that inside line here to start making some moves. That inside line's a little bit more packed on the inside. Now Jonathan Vajild steps out and is going to get away from that inside line and start falling back, but pushing the 3 is the pole sitter Dylan Poteet. The 3 of Matthew Rodriguez now on the inside of the 088 of Tim Knopfsker, as Matthew Rodriguez going to try and make a statement today as well with a big win in a special event. Got to be careful there. The 31 nearly got pushed out of line there, but they keep it clean and green. Lap 17 on the board, about to be 18 on the board, and now move the 3 of Matt Rod to the point as they head to the start-finish line, and now the pole sitter Poteet back in line. About 12 cars in this group here, straggling further back behind these guys as you see the 3 wide battling there. That's Seth Cole in the 78, Cody Lamas, his good buddy, in the 48, and then Andrew Miller in the 47, lagging back, waiting for the everything to just calm down up there at the front. That outside line really fell apart there through 1 and 2. It's all about the inside now. Matthew Rodriguez, contact there with another driver. That was Matt Rod, and he's flipping. Wreck in turn number 4. Caution will fly. Matthew Rodriguez was up at the front. Tim Knopfsker, another car that was at the front, and Matthew can't even find him here on my screen, as there he is on the sideways on the racetrack. Saw him flip over that grip. Easy to just flip over in those situations. And then a car that was up at the front too, Tim Knopfsker. Realistic damage too tonight, folks. So these trucks are going to be really in a lot of trouble if you get into wrecks. So that's got us under the first caution. Let's take a look back. And sorry, hit the wrong button. Let's take a look back and see what happened to bring out this first caution of the night here on the Flatout Racing Network's coverage of the Christmas Miracle special event. Let's back it up here and let's take a look. See what happened. Saw the 3 just flip over, so we saw it all on our screen. It's just want to see what started that. I think Chuck McClure was the car that was right around that. So you're going to see it here in real time. The 3, he makes contact, and there he goes. up into the wall. We'll get a better look at it here. Let's back it up here. The 3, you see him sliding here, taking a couple tumbles down this very long front straightaway before resting back on all 4 tires. Let's take another look at this from the perspective of Matthew Rodriguez here on the front stretch to bring out our first yellow of the night. My goodness, not what he wanted to have early on in this one. As you can see it here, watching the 3. Yeah, just slight contact got Matt Rod out of, and nowhere for the 088 of Tim Knopfsker to go. He really had no choices. He got pancaked into the wall. And you watch the 3 again take a couple tumbles. It's likely going to mess up the rest of their nights for the 3 and the 088. So on lap 19, that has got us under our first caution of the night. These guys getting ready to come into the pits, get some damage repaired. Sorry about that, folks, hit the wrong button. We'll watch them be led down here by Dylan Poteet. He'll lead him in. Lap 20 on the board. We're a 5th of the way done. The trick here is we're going to have to see how the tires are going to play out. Because tires, they get eaten up, much like at Wood and Auto Club. They get eaten up here at Christmas Miracle. Looks like everybody's going to get into their stall just okay. Poteet looks like he's going 2 tires at least. And then pack that truck full of fuel. He'll go all 4. That's likely going to be the strategy for everybody. Poteet is out and away, and he is going to win. Race off of pit lane here. And Dante. You see here Dante Ricci, he's 3rd off the pit lane. Nick Gunther 2nd. Sorry if you can hear race control, folks. Not much I can do about it being on the current technical circumstances that we have to work with. And then Charles Belbing, he rolled off 4th. Jessica Shelton, 5th off the pit lane. Sorry, that's what I was talking about. That camera not going to be helpful for us on the back straightaway. Jonathan Fitzgerald, he rolled off 6th. Cody Lamas 7th. 8th, Grant Wesley. 9th, Mark Packley. And then the Silver Bullet himself, Matt Stern. If you see Silver Bullet on the ticker, folks, that's what he came in with. So that is Matt Stern in the 4. He is rolling off 10th for this restart. I think we're going to go around just one more time, and we're going to line them up, and we'll try it again. It was a decent green flag run. About 15 to 17 laps of good racing, and then things started just getting out of control. And it caused that first yellow. Poteet here, really good at this track. Nick Gunther, another driver, he would love to be able to just finish one of these things. He's much like Levi McIntyre at Talladega. He, for the longest time, could not finish the race, and then just a couple months ago, finally finished the race at Talladega. And we talked to him when we were broadcasting the race there at the post-race, that he said that was his last one in Talladega. So I don't know if it'll be the same for Nick. A lot of the races I've called for him, he's had trouble in these special events trying to finish these things. But still early on in this one, almost a quarter of the way done. They've lined them up. We're going to go double file on the restart here. And I look further back through the field. Matthew Rodriguez, he has brought it back on, no front end, so you can see that entire grill there for you. And then there's the 088 of Tim Knopfsker, definitely going to be off the pace. So it's going to be interesting to see who Grant Wesley decides to go with now. He's got a couple of other RTG guys out there with him to work with. Dante Ricci, Jessica Shelton, kind of the in-betweener, runs both NNSCRA events and RTG, so she's up there as well. Dylan Poteet and Nick Gunther are ready to get us back under green flag racing. Lap 23 about to go on the board. 78 laps to go here tonight at Christmas Miracle Speedway. Poteet, the pole sitter, would love to be able to get some laps led here. They're in the Blame Shelley restart zone. Green flag back in the air. A good start for Poteet here. Gunther caught napping just a little bit. That's going to allow Dante Ricci to settle likely into the second position behind the 31 Valvoline machine. Indeed, he will. Gunther slides into the inside line in third. Shelton holds fourth. Meanwhile, Cody Lamas, he moves up to fifth, pushing ahead of the 28 of Charles Belding as they roll down the back straightaway here. And moving to the outside now is Jessica Shelton trying to get that started, but Cody doesn't look like he's going to go with it. Ooh, I thought Dante was going to be making a move to cross over the 31. Instead, he thinks better of it and settles back in line behind the 31. You see a lot of cars further back there, just way off the pace. Matthew Rodriguez and Tim Nofsker right there, as Nofsker's actually going to bring it into the pits. Matthew Rodriguez looks like he's blown to fourth gear, so he's going to be running in third gear the rest of the night. Again, not the nights that they wanted to have early on in this one. So really 13 cars still in contention for the victory tonight. One car slagging further back. We'll take a look at him in a minute as Dante Ricci thought about making another pass, but again, thinks better of it. Trying to stay packed behind the 31 as they roll here on the front stretch. Just listen to them fly by here. Upwards of 185, 108, 90 miles an hour here at Christmas Miracle. We're at the 1/4 mark, 25 laps going to be complete next time by, 75 to go when they hit the line. Kind of forming two groups here at the front. Poteet now has the Ricci machine moved out of the line, tried to get people to go with him, and they didn't, and that's going to cost him. He'll fall back. Gunther will move to second, Belding to third, DeGield to fourth, Matt Stern to fifth. Jessica Shelton, she's going to let him in? No, doesn't look like it. That is going to push that 09 deep into the field, way further back than he wanted to be. But those two packs, they kind of broke apart now. As that's Andrew Miller there in the 47. That was the car that was off the pace and is lagging back behind these guys. A little bit 5 miles an hour slower than the last car in this group, Seth Cole. So something might be up on the 47 to Andrew Miller. Didn't see him get involved in that incident, so interesting to see there. Poteet, Gunther, and Belding, NNSCRA crew doing well up here at the front in the top three. Jonathan DeGield right there in fourth in that number 59 up there with Matt Stern hanging there in the fifth spot. They're three wide further back. Chuck McClure, Cody Lamas, and others. Jessica Shelton, Grant Wesley. Grant, I think, has found his new partner. That is Jessica Shelton with the AO88 having his troubles tonight. They roll down the back straightaway here. Everyone trying to keep it clean. Everyone made their stops, so they made it about 23 laps and then decided to come in and pack it full of fuel and tire up. So that might be the window we're looking at here as they go by the slower machine of Matthew Rodriguez and kind of jumbled everyone up, because that's going to allow the 55 of Nick Gunther to creep in there underneath the 31 of Poteet and move him to the point here. Belding going to follow suit. Jonathan Vigil going to follow as well. Chuck McClure and others to try and freight train the pole sitter. And indeed they will, because he's going to get put into the wide sucker hole back there with Cody Lamas and others. And that's the kind of thing here almost said Auto Club, at Christmas Miracle. If you get moved out of line, you're going to fall back unless you have help on the outside. We saw it in the first 20 laps of this event. Other than that, it hasn't really been seen since then, as they've decided to keep it packed on the inside line. And you see them a lot running here on the front stretch. Talked about it at the beginning if you're just joining us. You don't want to run the apron through 1 and 2 because you can really flip the car, or truck in this case, right in that apron. 3 and 4, back straightaway, front straightaway, perfect to run down there. Oh, contact near there with the 28 and the 17. They keep it going, though, as Chuck McClure and Charles Belding nearly had a moment there at the front of the field. They keep it green. And didn't really hurt either driver there. McClure leading that outside line with Grant Wesley. Belding right behind the leader, Nick Gunther. Looks like everything will be A-okay for the moment. Lap 30 now on the board. here of the scheduled 100 laps. One thing I did not mention at the top. Point of no return tonight. Lap 95. 5 laps to go will be the point of no return. If a caution comes out at lap 95 or after it, they will finish this race under caution, and the leader at the time as they race it back, because all cautions are raced back to the start-finish line. Whoever is the leader at the start-finish line at the time of caution inside of 5 laps to go will be the race winner tonight. On the outside, here comes the 17 of Chuck McClure getting a good push there. Grant Wesley trying to help him along. Mark Paglia and Dante Ricci. It's an RTG outside line as they drive it around here at Christmas Miracle. 1, 2, 3, 4 on that outside line, and it's costing everyone on the inside because that outside is more organized compared to that inside. Matt Stern is the one hanging out there on the outside with the RTG guys as the inside line is breaking apart. Move Chuck McClure in the 17 to the point. Do want to report Tim Knopfsker has brought it to the garage area, and he has called it a night here this evening, folks. A tough break for the 088, was running at the front, and then just a matter of circumstance got caught up in the incident with Matthew Rodriguez. When he flipped, nothing he could have done, and that's why he's out of the race. You see they go by Matt Rod once again here on the front straightaway, and it's going to be a common thing we're going to see the rest of the night until Matthew decides to call it quits himself. So 14 cars still out on the racetrack, 13 on the lead lap. Should be 12 before long, because it's going to be not long before they catch that 47 of Andrew Miller. Big pack of cars continue to wheel it around here. Third of the way done. 17 laps, 2 halfway, 67 to the finish. Chuck McClure still doing a good job here running up front. Nick Gunther trying to break the party up here of these RTG guys as he's going to try and make a pass here on Mark Paglia in that 428 Motorcraft Ford. The 55 ducks it to the inside here. Doesn't have a lot of help. It's all about that outside groove for the moment. Only 3 on the inside. Everybody else on the top. So that's not going to work for now, Nick, as Nick will try to maintain himself in the top 5. Doesn't look like he will be able to with how the draft works here at Christmas Miracle Speedway. Again, we're about 11 laps into this green flag run, so we're about halfway to the point where these guys have to start thinking about green flag. Pit stops and they keep it green and the car flips over. Jonathan Fagield was the car flipping onto the front stretch here. Going to try and get to him here. And there he is, that 59. Oh, blown engine and all, so that's not a good spell for him tonight. Looks like he made contact with the 78 of Seth Cole. They're on the front straightaway as, my goodness, that's going to bring out the second caution of the night. We'll go back and take a look and see what happened exactly with the 78 and the 59. You'll see it here. Watching the 59 of Jonathan Feld gets into the... Oh, wow. Just a sudden turn of the 59. Over the radio, Seth Cole said just the car would not turn, so really nothing much anybody could have done there. And there you see it, the black smoke billowing out of the 59 of Jonathan Feld, and it's going to end his night. Going to probably be our second car into the garage area, so that'll leave us 13 out on the racetrack, and that is what has got us under our second caution of the night. Pits are open. Everyone down and getting service. A couple cars might be playing some strategy moves here. 09 of Dante Ricci. First one out of the pits. Mark Paglia, he is out second. Nick Gunther, third. Chuck McClure, fourth. Dylan Poteet, fifth. Shelton, sixth. Grant Wesley, seventh. Cody Lamas, eighth. And then Seth Cole, he's gonna, oh, sorry, had it on the wrong camera again. Seth Cole, he's going to restart tail end due to the incident. Andrew Miller, he's going to be able to get some more damage repaired and catch up. Belding, he's going to be at the back as well, according to race control. And then there's the 4 of Matt Stern. So Dante Ricci is going to have the green flag here on this restart here, and he'll lead them all down. You'll see it as we're going to pause for 30 seconds. You're watching the Christmas Miracle special event on the Flatout Racing Network.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
Welcome back to Christmas Miracle Speedway, as we're going to go green on lap 38 of 163 laps to go here tonight. Dante Ricci going to restart here as the leader. Haven't seen that yet tonight, so be interesting to see what he can do here at the front, at the point. Nick Gunther's going to restart behind him. Mark Paglia, his Ricci's buddy, be to the outside of the 09. Chuck McClure, he's going to roll off 4th, and the pole sitter, Dylan Poteet, he will be 5th. So to recap the race for you, we've had 2 cautions. We're working the second one right now. Tim Knopfsker, he is down and out of the race due to the first caution incident with Matthew Rodriguez. And then also off the racetrack now is the 59 of Jonathan Feld. That has, I've been saying it wrong most of the night, folks. I apologize. It is Jonathan Feld. He is now out of the race due to the incident with Seth Cole on the front stretch. That is what the caution we are finishing up. And Dante Ricci will be taking care of the field here on the restart here. They'll hit the restart zone, and we'll get back to green flag racing. He's on the gas. Green flag flies as the 428 did not get a good jump there. Jessica Shelton steps out and says, hey, what the heck happened there, as the front row did not. That second row did not get going. So it's a 4-car breakaway here between the 09, the 55, the 31, and the 88. They're going to try and get away from these guys as they roll it onto the back straightaway. And stepping out, here comes Nick Gunther. He's going to bring Dylan Poteet with him here to the inside of Dante Ricci. Got to be careful not to slide up into him, but the 55 and the 31 are going to go right by him and move Nick Gunther back to the point. For the time being, we'll see if Poteet decides to try and make a move. Doesn't look like he is going to as they hit the line. And now the 55 tried to slide up in front of Dante Ricci. Not going to work. There he is, back on the outside. He's got some good pushing here. Andrew Miller, he's up here. It looks like he's got all his stuff repaired. He is up into the 3rd spot on that inside line, trying to help these other guys push forward. Everyone else behind them are saying, I don't like this, as it is a hornet's nest from 1st all the way back to the 9th spot. Nick Gunther trying to use that inside line to his advantage, and he's going to. Let's see if he's able to slide up to the outside line to try and hold off the hard-charging RTG guys. Try to say that 5 times fast. As the 55 is clear into the lead. The battle is now for 2nd between the 31 and the 09, and that quickly is resolved. Now it's a battle for 3rd as Andrew Miller and Matt Stern are trying to push forward that inside line compared to the outside. And as soon as I say that, one of them makes a move. It is that 4 silver bullet, Andrew Miller, excuse me. That's going to make the move on Dylan Poteet and move him out of line. Andrew Miller now going to try and move forward and try to get the lead at the same time. Gunther, is he going to throw any sort of block? Doesn't look like he will. Here comes that 47 with the push from Matt Stern, but Gunther, good run there through on the front stretch and into 1. He'll maintain the lead as Belding got out of shape there on the back end of that group here. keeps it okay. Dante Ricci slid up. Looks like he won't be shuffled back 3 wide. Now the inside line completely gone, much like we saw under our second green flag run. That's going to cost that inside line. The outside line will move and eventually might re-become that inside line if they all slide down. Doesn't look like they will. Cody Lamas using a different line, trying to find some speed. Here comes Grant Wesley now. That's going to break up the outside line. Lots of shifting happening here towards the middle portion of this race. Gunther slides down in front of Grant Wesley. We have not seen the 88 up in front. They're coming up on the lap machine of Matthew Rodriguez. See if he'll become an issue. Gunther, very good defensive driver. How long can he hold off the 88 as they come up on the lap truck? Oh, boy, Gunther, I don't know how many times you can do it. You can block once. I don't know if you can block twice, but he did on the back straightaway there. As Gunther holds it for a moment, but now I don't think he's going to be able to, as here comes Grant Wesley at the line of drag race. And it's going to put Grant Wesley in a good spot here to take the lead for the first time today. And, well, now Gunther's got help on the inside from a couple RTG guys. Chuck McClure and Dante Ricci. So it's dead even here at the front. 2 drafting lines, a little bit of a bigger outside line, but they got slower cars up in that outside line. So we'll see how this plays out. They got to be careful. Don't get into each other, guys, because that could take out just about all the field if anything were to happen, especially in the front few rows. Gunther gets it back onto the apron here, brings it back to the racing surface. Car getting shuffled out. I think that's the 9. That just got shuffled out. Excuse me, no, it's the 4 of Matt Stern that got shuffled out. And it looks like he'll slide back in front of the Krispy Kreme 28. So they keep it good for now. Some good racing here, folks. If you're just joining us, I'm Carlos Zimmerman here at Christmas Miracle Speedway, bringing you this special event tonight as Nick Gunther nearly got into trouble there. 3 wide, Matt Stern getting shuffled out as that inside line got a little bit disorganized. Gunther trying to just hang on to it with the raw speed in his truck. Doesn't look like it's going to help him all that much. He needs help from the draft behind him. But, oh, my goodness, lots of stuff happening. I'm going to be out of voice by the end of this thing as the 88. He had led the lap that time, so make him the leader. That's really close there with the 428. Drive it down onto the back straightaway here. Grant Wesley clear into the lead. We're 5.5 laps away from the halfway marker of this race. Mark Paglia thought about sticking it to the inside of his teammate. That's going to cost him. It's going to cost the 88 as well as the 55 fights back. But the 88 trying to pick up his teammate again on that way high side. But Nick Gunther now back to the lead. Now it's 3 lines of cars. Poteet leading the middle charge with Belding and Shelton on the middle groove. Cars getting out of shape there, the 9 and the 28. They keep it green, but now it'll fall back into a 2-car pack, 2 lines of cars as they head around this racetrack. As, man, Cody Lamas all over the place. Contact there, the 31 and the 28 nearly getting into it. They did get into each other there, and that's going to lose a lot of momentum for them. Oh, boy, again, near disaster at the front as they can once again go by the lap machine of Matt Rod. Chuck McClure, he is settled into second. He's been quietly up here at the front. Hasn't led yet, but could be in a position here in a moment to try and challenge Nick Gunther for the lead. Dante Ricci, he led on the restart. Andrew Miller, he led up for here for about half a lap. So a lot of guys up here who have seen time at the front are looking good, and you want to be at the front in that clean air. I mean, I don't know how clean it's going to be with everyone around you, but you're the leader, you're in clean air, but you're also using the most fuel. So that's the drawback with being the leader, especially towards the end of a green flag run, as I'm trying to do the math. Looking at, roughly, the caution came out around lap 30. They pitted at 32. Some cars did play strategy moves. We're looking at about 10 laps. We'll see our first round of green flag pit stops tonight, as we have not yet seen those yet. And it's interesting to see because, again, you're coming off this racetrack with the grip level so much. We've seen it in both of our cautions, how these cars can blow over so easily. When you're trying to get back down below that apron and into the pit lane, get it down to 70 miles an hour, it is a tough thing to do at this track, as we are 1 lap from halfway. Nick Gunther in charge of the race. Chuck McClure, he is second. Dante Ricci third. Dylan Poteet battling for fourth there with Andrew Miller, and he'll now duck into the inside. Really good run there through 1 and 2 for the 31 of Dylan Poteet as he'll get to the back bumper of Gunther and try to give him a good push down the back straightaway. Again, 2 cars out of the race. Tim Knopsker out in the first caution. As Chuck McClure's going to get a good push here from Dante Ricci. Let's see if it works. And then also Jonathan Feld, he was out of the race due to our last caution. Matthew Rodriguez is the only car 1 lap down, so 12 cars. And they're all right here in this lead group. Seth Cole lagging back, trying to wait to see what's going to open up in the latter portions of this race. Really close quarter racing there. The 09 of Ricci right there in that hornet's nest. Grant Wesley gets shuffled out of the groove there, and he'll slide way to the back. Cody Lamas said, "Oh boy, here comes that 88." He nearly got into trouble, but both lines a little bit disorganized right now, so expect that inside line with just the shorter way around the racetrack to have the advantage here. On to the front stretch as we are now halfway through here tonight at Christmas Miracle Speedway. Go by the 3 once again. Done a really good job here to keeping it clean. Over 20 laps, we are into our longest green flag run now. An outside line has really fallen apart again and not really organized. 4 cars compared to 6 is not where you want to go. 3 wide nearly with the 09, and then the 428 of Mark Paglia and the 28 of Charles Belding. They think better of it and they back off. Is at the front, Nick Gunther, Dylan Poteet, Andrew Miller. That is your top 3. Jessica Shelton riding along there in 4th with Belding in 5th. These guys, they know how to race with each other. So they're going to try to do all they can to keep it that way. As lap 52 goes on the board, we'll take another break. You're watching Flatout Racing Network's coverage of the Christmas Miracle Speedway special event. You won't miss a thing as we go side by side here on FRN.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
We're based out of West Monroe, Louisiana. We do custom T-shirts, racing. We'll do any shirt. We'll do schools, churches, fundraisers. We do a ton of event shirts, as you can see on our board here, all around our banner. Personalized. I mean, we'll do anything. It doesn't matter to us. We got the custom rugs. We use all the, top quality shirts, inks and everything, hoodies, hats. We do embroidered hats, embroidered shirts. Just you can call us for anything. We do offer the bag and fold to where you can receive them and they're already labeled and tagged and bagged, ready to give out to your customers. So you just call us and just tell us, hey, this is what we're looking at doing, and if we're going to put the car on there, it is 125 quantity minimum. If it's without the car, it's 60 quantity minimum. That's strictly on the racing stuff. If it's a business or something, if you race on Texas shirts, it's a little bit differently. You can call us. It just depends on your quantity and ink color. Everything is hand drawn. I mean, everything. We don't Photoshop anything onto a shirt or anything like that. Everything that we go through, everything is drawn. and which is the reason for the art fees. We do have several graphic artists that draw for us, and they're really good. So what we do is on any package that you do, we can mix and match. We can do any colors. You can do purple, red, blue, green, and do the rest black. It doesn't matter to us. With your design on there, we can do hoodies. We can do hoodies, long sleeve shirts, t-shirts, tank tops. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's almost limitless what you can do, and you can put all that together in that package to make that minimum requirements. They can call us 318-278-7191, or they can email us at bulletprooftees@yahoo.com, or they can go to the website bulletprooftees.com.
Hey, it's Wesley Outland of CRN Sports, one of the co-founders. I'm also one of the announcers on Live Sim Racing, LSR TV. We've recently partnered with LiveSimRacing.com to become the official radio partner of all of the esports events. What is CRN? Well, first off, we're going to be covering esports like it's never been done before with our MRN, PRN type radio atmosphere like you experience with NASCAR. In addition to that, we will cover the Northwest Trucking Cup Series, the Northwest Tour, and of course special events and sanctions like SWAG, and special events like 6 Hours at Daytona, and so much more. It's very simple to check out the racing action, whether on LSR TV, on Facebook and YouTube, or by listening. And that's how I want to help you real quickly. Go up simply to the website, wearecrn.com, wearecrn.com, click play, and you are set. It's that simple. We're excited to be the voice of live sim racing. We are CRN. Follow us at crn.com.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of
Welcome back to Christmas Miracle Speedway, and a big wreck just happened on the back straightaway. You saw it on your screen there, folks. Really good timing to come out of the break, as Jessica Shelton is the race leader, but a big wreck on the back straightaway probably just took out the field. Oh my goodness, here on lap 59, now lap 60, only 40 to go. See a car in the pits. Chuck McClure, Mark Paglia, amongst others. Trying to look through here, man. Looks like my goodness, it was a big one on the backstretch, folks. Saw a couple cars up into the air. You see the leaders here. They're going to slow down. We're going to go ahead, take a look back, and see what happened. Bring out the yellow. Looking like Cody Lamas was the reason for this yellow. So let's look back. He's already left the race, it looks like. Watch him down the back straightaway here. Watch him fly by here. Watch the 17 of Chuck McClure. I think he's one of them. Yeah, he gets contact there. The 48 got up into him, and then there went everybody. Dante Ricci was the other one involved. Barrel rolling some of these guys. Chuck McClure, Mark Paglia, Andrew Miller, his night's done. Cody Lamas, Dante Ricci, as I mentioned, and lots of their nights done. Oh, just a mess on the back straightaway. That's got us under our now our third caution of the night here at Christmas Miracle Speedway. Into the back half of this race, 40 to go. A lot of cars going to be done already here tonight, trying to find out who is going to be the race leader off of pit lane. Might be that 9 of Jessica Shelton, and indeed it will be. It is, well, that's the Belding machine. It's the 9 of Jessica Shelton. Dylan Poteet second, Belding third, as you saw. Nick Gunther fourth, Grant Wesley fifth. Seth Cole's going to end up sixth. Matt Stearns seventh. And that's it, folks. So Dante Ricci, Cody Lamas. I'm going to figure out who else. Dante Ricci, Cody Lamas. Might have to wait for the ticker to scroll by here to figure out who's left. There's your 7. So, yeah, there's the 48. He's out. Chuck McClure, he's in pit lane right now. Maybe try to salvage what he can out of this. Mark Paglia, the other one. And, of course, Riki. Their nights have come to an end. And the 47 of Andrew Miller. So about 5 trucks. Just like that, out of the race. It's going to leave us with 7 on the lead lap. And then 1 off the lead lap. I believe that's the 3 of Matthew Rodriguez, who you saw during the commercial had blown up on the back straightaway. It looks like he got it fixed, though, and he'll keep it going. Just trying to log laps at this point. He's guaranteed a top 10 at this point in the race, so that's a good thing to see. So, again, nothing really on the line. No points other than the winner gets a T-shirt. But you got some of the good ones up here running well. And just looking through here, that was all the RTG guys right there that just got taken out. One remains. That's Grant Wesley. He was the only one not involved because he was ahead of the wreck. So he's going to be in a hornet's nest of NNSCRA drivers. It's going to be interesting to see if it's. I know it's just for laughs and giggles and everything, for lack of a better word. But it's going to be really essentially 6-on-1 against Grant Wesley. Be interesting, though. He's got a good truck. If you follow RTG's events, he's always at the front of those points-paying events here on FRN, those that broadcast. So, going to be fun, though, to watch. 38 laps to go. So, it's going to suck that we don't have that many cars left for these final 38 laps, but should be fun. If we go green to the end, there will have to be some sort of pit stops. Jessica Shelton has chosen the outside line. And, oh, something just went wrong on the 9. Did not get a good jump. I don't know if she missed a gear or something, but it's going to cost her. She'll fall to the back of the group unless that was intentional. So I'm going to fall over here for a minute. She did not blow any gears, so it looks like she's okay. But with that happening, that's allowed the 31 of Dylan Poteet to jump back into the lead. Charles Belding running there in second. Grant Wesley third. Nick Gunther fourth. Head down the back straightaway once again. Wesley might try to give that 28 a good push here to push him around the 31. Not a lot of cars, but a lot of racing still to go. Nick Gunther trying to get help from behind. That's the 4 of Matt Stern trying to give the push to the 55 there, trying to get that outside line to work. It really can work as well because you get 3-on-3, and then Seth Cole's the X factor, but he's lagging back right now, trying to wait for something to unfold here between these guys at the front. Grant Wesley using the outside line. Nick Gunther trying to run with him. Poteet still in control. Belding trying to just fight the race car. I think it's been loose most of the night. My goodness. I think we're going to get to see it here. The 3-on-3 battling. You can have 3 cars on the inside, 3 on the outside, and then Seth has to pick a line. Which one is he going to go with? Because he's catching back up here. But now 1 car slides back out of line. That is Matt Stern now moving to the inside line. Man, these cars really squirrely right now as they roll through into 3 and 4. Excuse me. Jessica Shelton gets shuffled up to the outside line now. Grant Wesley going to be trying to help her. Seth Cole still lagging back. Dylan Poteet still well in control of the lead. Matt Stern, he's into third now. He's been quiet all night long, and he's hanging in there. They're coming up again on the slower 3 machine. They'll go by him with ease. As Poteet throws the block, Belding contact there with the 4 of Stern. They keep it going, though, and that's going to cost the 28. He'll now try to pick up the 9, or will he try to slide back to the inside and catch the draft of the 55, and that's what he'll do. He made near contact there with the 4. We only got 7 cars left, Belding. Don't want to lose any more. Gunther trying to find a line to go with. Stern now up to second, the highest we've seen him tonight. We're 2/3 of the way done. Closing into 30 laps to go. Jessica Shelton, Grant Wesley still trying to work the outside, trying to get something going. Needs Seth to get up there with him, but it's just not working right now for the 9 or the 88. Now they slide to the inside, and now they're just going to stay packed on the inside, run with everyone, keep it single file. Nick Gunther thinking about it, steps back in. Now he'll make the move to the outside. Here comes Matt Stern, going to try and get something going with Belding, but it's not going to work. There's 4 on the inside, 2 on the outside, so that's going to cost the 4 and the 28. So move Gunther up to second now with Shelton and Wesley running 3rd and 4th. Seth Cole going to try and pick up those guys. They're actually going to go 3 wide down here on the front stretch. That's going to allow these 4 to break away for a little bit. That's going to put a big gap. So now it's 4, just 4 up here at the front. So they'll need to get side by side again for those other guys to catch back up. But with the suck up here, it's actually going to be not too hard for them to catch up as they run by the 3 again. Belding keeping here, just sniffing the draft of Grant Wesley. There's the 4 Matt Stern and then Seth Cole. Coming up at the end of this race, folks, is the FRN post-race wind-down. We'll talk to the top 3 at the end of this thing, whoever they will be, and it could be any of this top of whoever's left that we'll talk to at the end of this race. Want to remind you folks, you can please subscribe below if you like what you see. I know it's you're not your typical thing you get here on FRN, just the special event tonight, but we have a lot of great groups that racing leagues that we broadcast. Coming up tomorrow is race number 14 of 20 in the Clutch Drop Cup Series on the iRacing Sim. They're coming down to the tail end of their regular season. They're going to be down in the Lone Star State at Fort Worth, Texas, at the Texas Motor Speedway. Should be a fun one. I believe 200 laps of action at Texas tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. Myself and Sam Dyer will be on the call for that race. That race kicking off 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central, right here on the Flatout Racing Network YouTube channel. You can also catch us on Twitch and on our Facebook page as well. Just go to the links below as you see down below. Hope you join us tomorrow for that Clutch Drop race. Should be a lot of fun. Those guys at Clutch Drop, they always know how to put on a good show, and it'll be fun at Texas. As lap 72 is on the board here in this one. 28 laps to go. Ooh, near contact there between the 55 and the 9. Now the 55 nearly got into the 31 there. Ooh, that's really tight as the 28 has caught here. So has the 4. The one that did not catch was the 78. Seth Cole, he's just riding around now, and they'll go once again around the 3 of Matthew Rodriguez. I don't know why he's still out there, as 31 of Poteet has held the lead since the restart, has not given it up. Caution came out at lap 59. They brought it down to the pits at lap 60. So we're once again at that halfway point of when these guys will have to come down and make a green flag stop. And with the little amount of cars that we have left, I'm not expecting any more wrecks to bring out yellows, and then that's when they come down and pit. So I think we'll get to see one time of green flag pit stops, and you'll see how these guys get to come down into the pits as they roll into turn 1, closing in on 25 laps to the go, almost 3/4 of the way done. So this is gonna be dicey, and it's gonna I really think it's gonna come down to those pit stops. That's what's the difference is going to be in this race. Whoever has the best pit stop is gonna win it. Again, the 78, he lost the draft. He's out of the picture now. Top 6 that you see on your screen, these are the ones that'll be going for the win. Dylan Poteet, Nick Gunther, Jessica Shelton, Grant Wesley, Charles Belding, and Matt Silver Bullet Stern. They roll it back around through the corner. Oh, here we go. Nick Gunther is going to make the move to the inside of Poteet, and that is getting with no one on the outside. That's going to allow Gunther to take the lead with ease. Poteet's going to have to fall probably back in line, and Shelton got out of shape, so that's going to cost her. So a lot of shuffling now through the top 6. Gunther and now Grant Wesley 1, 2, Belding 3rd, Poteet 4th, Matt Stern 5th, and then Shelton now into 6th, hoping to not lose the draft of these guys. They come around here, lap 77 now on the board, folks. Turn your volume up. Let's crank it up. "20 laps to go here at Christmas Miracle." Nick Gunther in the lead right now, in control of this one. Charles Belding, he is 2nd. Poteet has worked himself back into the 3rd spot. Grant Wesley, he's 4th. Jessica Shelton 5th. And then the Silver Bullet, Matt Stern, he is 6th. And the special event here tonight at Christmas Miracle Speedway, anyone can win here, and the winner gets the t-shirt. Closing in on that window, possibly opening for green flag pit stops, if I'm doing the math right. About 25 to 27 laps, so that window is going to open in the next 5 laps or so, and that is going to be the money stop. The one whoever gets it perfect or close to perfect will win this race tonight. Only 6 of them remaining. A quick recap: lots of drivers out of the race. Last caution took out Chuck McClure, Cody Lamas, Mark Paglia, Dante Ricci, and Andrew Miller, and that is what has left us here. Matthew Rodriguez, I think, has also left the racetrack, so just 7 out there on the racetrack. Seth Cole, actually, nope, there's the 3. There's Matthew Rodriguez now on the outside. Just haven't seen him in a hot minute, so he is still out there. Seth Cole is still driving it around out there as well. He lost the draft about 10 laps ago. Now you see the 4, he ducks it onto the apron. We've seen that quite a bit tonight. Cars using the apron to their advantage. That blue line, folks, not out of bounds. You can use it at all. Just don't do it in 1 and 2 like the drivers were told in the drivers' meeting. Lap 83 on the board, 18 laps to go, 17 next time by. Reminder, the point of no return is about 10 to 11 laps from now, lap 95. On the completion of lap 95, if a caution comes out, the race will end under yellow. Winner will be the one who is first back after receiving the caution, as all cautions are raced back to the line. Talked about Nick Gunther earlier on in this thing. He would love to get the win here tonight. In a lot of the races I've called, and he's in it, he has just had a lot of bad luck. And now that 55 GameStop machine, he is in a good position right now to try and go get the win tonight, as they are running up now on the lap machine now. Soon to be lap machine of Seth Coles. He's riding around on the outside. Might try to tuck in line with these guys, maybe catch a yellow, get back on the lead lap. Don't know with the low amount of cars. I don't know if that's going to be the case. He might be the reason for the caution if he doesn't get out of the way. Indeed, he will. He'll try to get a sniff of the draft behind the 4 of Matt Stern. Actually, Matt's going to go up there with the 78, try to catch a little speed off of him. They will go on by and put the 78 a lap down. There's the 3 again. Matthew Rodriguez. He's going to get a top 10 tonight with the finish. Again, coming up, folks, at the end of the race, FRN post-race wind down. We'll talk to the top 3. If it were to finish right now, we would talk to the race winner, Nick Gunther, Charles Belding, and then Dylan Poteet. Much like what Poteet was doing, Nick Gunther has not really relinquished the lead. He has been hitting his marks around this racetrack, and he has not messed up at all. 15 laps to go here tonight. All 6 cars that are up here at the front still have a shot to win this thing. There's a little bit of separation starting to happen, and a car ducks into the pits. It's the 4 of Matt Stern. The window is open now, folks. Stern ducks in. He's the only one. That's not what he wanted to have. He wished someone else came down with him. So he's going to be all by his lonesome when he comes out of the pits. This is, again, the money stop, folks. This is going to be it. Whoever does this flawlessly wins this race. See if anyone decides to make a motion this time by. They go by the 3 once again. Doesn't look like anyone decides to go. Seth Cole is the only one that's going to pit there. He was the one further back. Wait and see where that 4 truck is. There's the 78 making his way in. The 4 just now leaving his stall, so he's a lap down. We're down to 5. Nick Gunther, Charles Belding, Dylan Poteet, Grant Wesley, and Jessica Shelton. See the 55 showing a different higher line here. Looks like some people might be deciding to come into the pits this time by. I think Nick's going to be one of them. As the 55 is going to get it woed down off the racetrack. It's going to be everybody. Everybody coming into the pits here as they all get it woed down to 70 miles an hour. So all 5 in. Matt Stern's going to at least get back on the lead lap. I don't know if he's going to be able to come back around to try and lap him, but this is it. This could be the race right here. Lap 89's on the board. 11 to go. It'll be 11 to go this time. The 55 is in. The 88 is in. The 9 is in. The 31 is in. And the 28. Oh, he was short of his box. Trouble for the 28 of Charles Belding. And that is going to cost him a shot at the win. Overran the stall. And out of all that, Grant Wesley, first out of the pits. Nick Gunther rolls out second. Third, Dylan Poteet. Fourth, Jessica Shelton. And then there's Belding out in 5th, as that mistake cost him dearly. They all try to get back up to speed here. Watching the 31 and the 9. They quickly linked up here as they're going to try and run down the 55 and the 88. We're down to 4. Lap 90 goes on the board. We're 5 laps away from the point of no return. Here comes the 55 to the outside of the 88 of Grant Wesley. That's going to allow the 9 and the 31 to catch much faster. They don't even need to be as organized. The 55 is going to try and muscle around the 88 the hard way, as here comes that 31 and the 9. Look at Poteet sticking way to the inside. 3 wide for the lead, and Poteet with that run retakes the lead with 10 laps to go this time. Oh, and Jessica's got to be careful. Almost got up into the 55, but the 31 Valvoline Chevrolet is into the lead. 10 laps to go here at Christmas Miracle. These are the 4 that will decide this race. Charles Belding, he's way on the front stretch, way behind these guys. Likely going to end up 5th, still a top 5, but would have loved to have a shot at the win, as they're going to single file it out. And they're going to probably leave this to the final 2 laps to decide it. Poteet first, Shelton second, Gunther third, Wesley fourth. Valvoline and Tide are the bookends sponsors of this group right here. GameStop in the middle, and then the 9 sponsor. Can't quite tell which it is. They'll go by the slow 3 car once again. Don't have to pit again. They're gonna break it up a little bit here behind Poteet. Jessica Shelton shuffled out by Nick Gunther, and Wesley decides to go to the inside, so that's gonna push the 9 out. Just gotta be careful not to lose the draft here of these guys, and try to keep the pace. She'll lose a little bit, but shouldn't really lose the draft. 8 laps to go. Poteet with a deck lid full of Nick Gunther. Grant Wesley, he's laying in wait as well, waiting to see what these guys will do. Poteet and Gunther, they know each other. They know how to race each other. Jessica Shelton, she knows how to race all 3 of these guys, as she's the tweener of everyone between RTG and NNSCRA. So she knows how these all races, so she's just probably laying in wait, waiting to see what's going to happen here. They hit the line, past the restart zone, 7 to go now. Next time by will be lap 95. That is the point of no return. At the completion of it, the caution comes out, the race will finish under yellow. But with just these guys left, I don't think that's going to happen. Belding and Matt Stern way off the pace. Belding falls to 6 because the 5 moved in front of him. So Matt Stern might be able to muscle out a top 5 in this special event. Here we go. Hit the line, 95 on the board. Next time by is the point of no return. Dylan Poteet didn't think he was going to make the race tonight. He did, and is in a position here to get the victory. Grant Wesley, he stepped out. Wait a minute. Oh, no. It's just the 4 of them up there. Thought there was another car involved for some reason. Wesley's going to lose a little bit of the draft here. I don't know if that was the right move, because now he's going to try and do what Jessica did and try to run them back down. They hit the line. 5 to go. Caution happens. The race is over. Dylan Poteet trying to hang on. Nick Gunther, he is second. Jessica Shelton now third. Top 3 trying to break away from the 88 of Grant Wesley. Wesley, though, with that draft down the back straightaway, they don't try to break it off. So here comes Jessica, thought about it, and now keeps it back to the behind the 55 of Nick Gunther. When they hit the line, it'll be 4 laps to go. Now the 9 and the 88 have linked up. It is 2-car tandeming now here at Christmas Miracle, as the 88's trying to give her a good push. Didn't really work, though. 4 to go now as Poteet hits the line. 97 on the board. Oh, Jessica sticks it to the outside of Gunther. Gunther slams the door. It's not going to help her a lot. They go by the 3. Here comes the 9 and the 88 again. They're going to try it here. Into 3 and 4. Can they get the run that they need on the 55 and the 31? Could it be too early to be making the move? The 55 trying to pinch the 9 up and move her out of the groove and try to keep them behind him, as the 55 is laying in wait, waiting to see what's going to happen. Just Jessica trying to cross over here on the front stretch. No, she doesn't. 3 laps to go. There it is. There's the move to the inside. Here comes the 9 of Jessica Shelton, and they're going to break up the party here for Nick Gunther, as he's going to slide to the inside. And that is going to move him back into 4th. Now he's got to try and regroup. took about a lap and a half for Grant Wesley to try and recatch them as here they're trying to break the draft. Here we go. To the outside goes Jessica Shelton around, trying to get around Dylan Poteet the hard way, and she's got help from the 88. The 55 trying to get up there and help his buddy in the 31. 2 laps to go at the line, and Jessica Shelton makes the move to the lead. 2 to go. Nick Gunther goes around the outside of Poteet in the third, Wesley to second. That might have been the last chance for Poteet as he has fallen off just a bit. Gunther now sticks it to the inside of Wesley. Wesley trying to throw the block. Contact with the 9 and the 88. Now they're side by side. That's what Jessica Shelton wants to see. The 55 now is into second. Can he clear the 88? Yes, he can. That's allowed Poteet to get back into the picture. Poteet down in the grass. He's going to come down and he's going to hang on to it, though. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go at Christmas Miracle. Jessica Shelton in the lead. Nick Gunther second. Grant Wesley third. Dylan Poteet fourth. All of them have a shot to win it. It's a matter of when do you make the move. Grant Wesley, is he going to help Nick Gunther? Is he going to go for the win himself? Nick gets shuffled out for a moment. Jessica hangs on as Wesley gets shuffled out into fourth. Was that the last gasp? They're going to have one more shot through 3 and 4 and on the front stretch. Nick Gunther trying to get to Shelton. Contact into 3 and 4. They're still bumper to bumper down on the apron. Who is going to get it? Oh, in contact! Sheldon and Gunther wreck, and it's going to be Dylan Poteet getting the victory here tonight at Christmas Miracle. Grant Wesley second, Nick Gunther third, Jessica Shelton wrecked on the final lap. What a finish to this race tonight. And Dylan Poteet outlasted them all and is going to get the win. This race started with 15. They'll drive by the damaged 3 car of Matthew Rodriguez. He was just chilling on the backstretch here. Poteet brings it to a stop. I don't know what he's trying to do here, but regardless, a big win for the 31. He is the recipient of the Christmas Miracle t-shirt, bragging rights. Yeah, didn't think he was going to make it tonight. He comes in and puts on a show, and it's the luck of the draw, I guess, with that win, with the win. The lap car's going by. Poteet's going to push Matt Rod to the finish. While that happens, let's go back. Take a look at what happened in the incident at the white coming to the line between Jessica Shelton and Nick Gunther. I want to try to get a good angle here. See if it was just a block gone bad or... Let's see here. So we're going to use the TV1 cam here as they roll. Through 3 and 4 here, you'll see it. Oop, sorry, hit the wrong button, folks. I'm so sorry. Oh, it's been a minute since I've done an NR broadcast, so... And at least they put on a show for it to happen, so... Very thankful that it was quite the race. Even though we only had 4 cars contending for the win, still awesome to see these guys just give it their all. We're going to watch them here through 3 and 4. You see Jessica Shelton, she's in the lead here. Poteet third, Grant Wesley fourth. They were all on the apron trying to find the same real estate. Oh, Jess just came up into the 55, and that really wasn't Nick Gunther's fault. The 9 came up trying to throw a block. You can block once. Can't really block twice in a race like this, and that is what handed this man, Dylan Poteet, the victory. What a win for him. In the special event, again, he is the recipient of the t-shirt, custom t-shirt. Here as he is celebrating for no fans in attendance here as we are socially distancing. Here at Christmas Miracle Speedway, no one in attendance here for the win, but one Poteet, what a job as he's going to drive it backwards here. Doing a little bit of a Polish victory lap. Just what a finish. Just what an incredible finish to this one. And it ends with the 31 as the race winner as he continues to do his Polish victory lap here as he's on the back straightaway. Welcome to the post-race wind-down here on Flatout Racing Network. Dylan Poteet, your winner. Grant Wesley gets second, third for Nick Gunther, fourth for Jessica Shelton. I believe Matt Stern ended up fifth at the end of all that. Charles Belding sixth. And then Seth Cole ends up seventh. Matthew Rodriguez, eighth of all the cars that were still out there on the racetrack. As we get set to talk to our top three, let's bring in the third place driver, Nick Gunther. Hey, Nick, this is Carlos in the FRN booth. You got me?
Why, hello there, Carlos. How you doing?
I'm doing good. And, it's a special event here tonight. No points on the line, but yeah, y'all made it really entertaining with just the four of you up there. And I know third is definitely not what you wanted to have. You're really in a good spot to win the race tonight with where you were on the racetrack. Just tell me what happened there at the coming to the line with Jess.
Well, I think what happened there was, I'm looking at it right now on my little replay. It seems like I ran into the back of her off of 4, and that made her a little bit squirrely. And then she was going well below in the grass. I stayed where I was, hoping for Poteet to give me one last shove so I could try to get around her. And then it looked like she just came right back up. But then again, I might have came down just a tiny bit, and that probably just sent her to the fence, killing some of the fans in the stands. So sorry about that. And then, oh wow, yeah, she's really dead. And then just that, all hell broke loose there. It is what it is.
No, absolutely. And through that, up until those green flag pit stops, you were really doing a good job keeping it up at the front. I know it's good to be in clean air in front of everybody, but you were using up on a lot on fuel. How much did you have left when you came in for the green flag pit stops?
We were all talking, and we all had one projected, so it really didn't even matter that much.
Alrighty. I know that, like I said, there's no points on the line. One little storyline I've threw out there a lot during the race about you was a lot of the races I've called that you were in, whether it be in other leagues in the NNSCRA or in any other league that we've covered here on FRN. It's been a tendency that you're not able to finish these kind of races, and tonight you ended up third, so I guess that worked out for you pretty well to end up third.
Hey, remember March?
Yeah.
Remember I won that race?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's either I finish well or I die. So it's like a hit or miss. There's no in between with me, unless it's Talladega, of course.
Yes, very true. Talladega was mentioned a lot here tonight as well. Well, Nick, a third place run for you to hear tonight at Christmas Miracle. Before I let you go, though, anybody want to give a shout out to?
Why? Well, I only just started streaming a few days ago. I just got to thank Seth for letting me set me up on the streams. I know you guys are streaming as well. I'm pretty sure you guys were watching, the broadcast here, but I know there was maybe a few people just wanted to see my point of view, which it was nice. It was nice of them just to visit. I mean, I just started streaming recently, so I didn't get a whole lot of popularity there. But, well, I guess also shout out to Poteet for helping me out with the draft. Him and I were playing pretty good teammates the entire night. I pushed him, he pushed me. We were all racing with each other with respect. So huge shout out for him, and I congratulate on his win today.
Alrighty, that was Nick Gunther, third place finish here tonight in that 55 GameStop Chevy. If we see you around in any other races we broadcast, we'll see you then, man. Again, congrats on the third place run, and have a good rest of your night.
One last fact about my paint scheme. This was actually a throwback to my first ever NR start. I just happened to run a 18 car for the DMR mod with this truck paint scheme, so I wanted to throw it back after 5 years of racing here on the sim. It's awesome. Got to thank Seth for painting that one too.
Absolutely, always good to see some nostalgia in this group. Again, third place run for you tonight, and best of luck to you in any future races, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you all, and to all, good night.
Now I'll get to talk to our second place finisher here tonight, the lone remaining RTG driver, Grant Wesley. Hey, Grant, this is Carlos in the FRN booth. You got me?
Yep, I got you.
Man, it was quite the battle all the way to the end. Through those last 40 laps, you were the lone really the lone RTG guy remaining. All your buddies kind of all got taken out in that one wreck, and so I kind of teased the idea that it was like, really, it's a 6-on-1 if you think about it. But it was really anyone's race tonight. But just give me your thoughts on how the race went for you tonight.
Oh yeah. First off, I want to thank Seth and Jess there for inviting me to come out. This was a really fun race. Kind of cool to do around Christmas time. Very unique track. But yeah, so it was pretty well. It was gripped up, wide open. I hated to see a couple of those incidents. Like you said, my RTG buddies, they all got wiped out early. So yeah, it was just everyone for themselves, really.
And then, I know this is a special event and everything. No points on the line, of course. A T-shirt for the winner. Unfortunately, you ended up second. With the other things that you do with RTG, does this help you at all with preparing for those points-paying events?
I think anytime you're on the track, it's helpful. Just being out there with other cars and a big pack. That's stuff you can't really practice as well offline. I mean, you can do offline races, but it's not the same. So yeah, anytime you get online and get in with a bunch of guys, it's definitely helpful.
And then one more question for you. Like I said, a lot of your RTG buddies, they got taken out in that one wreck, and then I noticed you were able to link up with Jessica there at the end. I know she runs in both the RTG and NNSCRA. So was that the strategy to try and push her to a victory, or were you trying to maybe go for the win yourself?
Well, with 7 to go, I was talking to Jess. I was like, yeah, all right, I got a plan, and so we hooked up, we got to the front, and then I was like, all right, now you're on your own with 2 to go. So yeah, I was gonna try to get it for myself, and it just didn't work out.
But regardless, a second place finish for you tonight, Grant. Like you said, it always helps for future points paying races in RTG and in any other leagues you run in. Before I let you go this evening, though, and to have a good rest of your night, anybody else you want to give a shout out to?
Just once again, I'd just like to thank you guys here for putting the race on, Seth and Jess. You guys for inviting me, and had a blast doing it. My teammates at XFM.
Alrighty, that was Grant Wesley's second place run tonight in that number 88 Tide machine. Best of luck to you in the RTG races to come, and you have a Merry Christmas, Grant.
Thanks.
And now let's talk to the man of the hour, Mr. Dylan Poteet, your race winner. Hey, Dylan, this is Carlos in the FRN booth. You got me?
I do. How's it going?
It's going good. And, man, coming out of turn 4, you were third. And then about 500 yards later, you're first. Give me your thoughts.
Well, I honestly thought I was out of it. Once I got freight trained back to fourth, I almost lost the draft. They just had such a run on me. I was honestly surprised to get back to where I was, but it definitely was unexpected. I'm not sure exactly what happened between Jessica and Nick, but I just saw the track clear up, and I was first, and I guess the rest is history now. I was really happy to get this win. I've been wanting to win this race for a while now, and I'm just glad to survive. I think I've had a bad luck in this race in the past, but had kind of a flawless race. Had a lot of good people helping me through the race. Nick, Seth, Belding, that before he got in a wreck, Cody before he got in a wreck. So had a lot of helpers and stuff, and it was fun. Like I said, just anytime we do this event, I'm always excited to take part of it.
What happened between the 9 and the 55 was the 9 was getting a little squirrely when the 55 got up into her, and then got up into him, and then I guess the 9 came back across the racetrack hoping to make a block, and it was a block gone run. So that's what happened with the 9 and 55, and opened the door for you to get the win. We weren't thinking. I was talking with Matt pre-race, thinking you weren't even going to make it tonight, and then I see you pop up into the server. I was like, okay, well, there's a contender right there for the win, and it ended up working out for you. Just tell me what it was like getting down there on the apron. I know I talked with Seth pre-race that getting into the apron on turns 1 and 2, that's death waiting to happen. But 3 and 4, backstretch, front stretch, it was working. So how did the car feel just around the racetrack?
It wasn't too bad. Like, so you just couldn't turn it too aggressively, or it would do that little grip flip that we were all trying to avoid doing. I was a little hesitant at first using the apron, and then we kind of found a line where we could straddle the green surface and the apron in 3 and 4, and it seemed like it didn't scrub as much speed off like we did early in the race when we just ran flat on the apron. We kind of talked amongst ourselves in our room with that, so I got pretty comfortable with it pretty fast. And so the other guys, a lot of the guys on the bottom were the guys I was working with, and it wasn't too bad. I definitely had a lot of trust in the apron too. Whenever we had our last pit stop, and I think me and Jessica had a run on the leaders. They were battling side by side, and I ducked it in there in turn 3, made it 3 wide. And I thought I was either going to make the pass or wreck everybody. So I did have a lot of faith in the apron in that situation. I was glad it worked out, but yeah, it was definitely a fun race. It wasn't too bad to drive, honestly, overall.
And then, of course, of course, this isn't a points paying race, obviously, but you are the recipient of the custom Christmas Miracle t shirt this year. So I'm sure that's a great added bonus for you as well. Dylan, before I let you go, though, to go celebrate your win, get the stuffs lined up for the t shirt from Seth, anybody want to give a shout out to?
So first off, just thanks Seth for putting on this race again. I always look forward to doing these events every time and try to make them as much as I can. And like you said, I almost did miss this. Last minute Christmas shopping almost got in the way, so I was glad to be able to take part in this. Thanks Seth and everybody for putting this race together. Thanks to you guys for the broadcast. Always a pleasure to be a part of these. I would think I was helping last season with the broadcast, so I've been on both ends of it now, from broadcaster back to racing and winning, which is insane. Definitely was a pleasure to be with everybody here. Thanks everybody who showed up and everybody that watched. Really happy to get the win and to see that Valvoline truck on a t-shirts. It's definitely going to mean a lot to me. That's one of my favorite schemes and one of my favorite paint schemes I've ever ran overall. And I'm just pretty excited about it, to be honest. So I just want to say thanks to everybody I worked with tonight, everybody we raced with. Just, it was a great thing to have and do before Christmas. So always fun to do this. And thanks for having me on.
Oh, it's absolutely our pleasure. Again, that was Dylan Pote, your race winner here tonight at Christmas Miracle. If we see you again next year, we'll see if you can go back to back. But if not, definitely a good way to go out on. But congrats on the win, and you have a Merry Christmas, Dylan.
Merry Christmas to you too. Thanks again.
And that'll wrap things up for us here tonight. An incredible race, just from start to finish, and you can't really complain about how that went out. You know, a lot of wrecking happened in the middle portion, and that's what ended up having the short field. But, you know, sometimes smaller the field, the better the product, and that's what you got here at the tail end of this one. Again, Dylan Pote coming out on top. That'll wrap things up here from Christmas Miracle. Thank you all so much for joining us. Want to remind you folks again, tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central, the Clutch Drop Cup Series is racing in Fort Worth, the Lone Star State Texas Motor Speedway, race number 14 of 20 on the year, winding down to the playoffs. We'll see if the dominance of Luminary Racing continues since they've come on the scene in the Clutch Drop Racing Series. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch, folks. 6 spots still up for grabs to get into the playoffs of the Clutch Drop Cup Series. Again, that's tomorrow, 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central, right here on the Flatout Racing Network YouTube channel. Myself and Sam Dyer will be on the call for that one. But for now, I'm Carlos Zimmerman. Thanks again so much for joining us. Once again, Dylan Pote, your winner here tonight at Christmas Miracle Speedway. Good night from Christmas Miracle. We'll see you tomorrow at Texas in the Clutch Drop Cup Series. Have a good night, everyone, and have a Merry, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.